Hello, strangers. I wanted to share with you how my trip went to the beautiful Castine, Maine. It was in 2025. It's been almost a year. As I go through these videos, I can remember how beautiful it was, and I also remember that it's taken me almost a year to edit these videos. It's kind of crazy. I returned from the trip to an immediately angry boss, an immediately stressful work environment, and not being able to spend the time that I wanted to on miniatures and using the skills that I had learned at guild school. So, if you're watching this channel for the first time, it's because I just posted this video for the first time and I wanted to start fresh. This is me walking into the beautiful Castine Inn. I'll show you more of the place later, and if you would like to fast forward to just seeing the miniatures that were on display on the first day of Guild School, you can go ahead and do that. But for now, I'm going to be a little chatty while I talk about my experience at Guild School. Very, very last minute, I was able to find out that I could get a room at the Castine Inn. I looked everywhere and I was afraid to go too far. I was afraid to have to drive in. I had booked, I shouldn't say I was afraid because I do that stuff all the time, but I did book a room that was about 45 minutes away. And thankfully, the manager at the Castine Inn sent me an email, didn't forget about me being on her list, and she said, hey, there's an opening. So I was able to catch this last minute, probably only a couple weeks before school started. Um, Needless to say, as you watch this video, you're going to see how happy I was to have been here. Well, actually, there's not a whole lot of me in these videos, but I hope I can be brave enough to change that this year. But walking through these gardens was just incredible on day one. This is the day that I arrived. I put my stuff down and I couldn't wait to leave and go down the street because I wanted to see what was open, to grab something to eat. And all these cute little shops are there. Everything looks so picturesque and like you're walking around on a movie set. It's gorgeous. And definitely has the Stephen King vibes, but in a really pretty way. And I just really needed to get down this street and see what was around. I made a big mistake on timing. I didn't realize how late it was when I arrived. I don't know how I made this mistake, but thankfully, the nice ladies in that little shop that you just saw next to the gas station, they let me come in and buy a sandwich even though they were closed already. So thanks to them, I was able to have dinner that night. So I highly recommend um, their shop for any small needs that you have while you're in the area because they were super nice and I would have been pretty hungry waiting for the morning. So look how beautiful everything is. It seems like every window was ready for the miniature guild school to arrive, even that realty shop. So I went back to the Castine Inn, and as I'm walking through, I realized there's a whole nother route that you could take and to walk through their gardens. So I went ahead and did that. And the whole time, I just thought how beautiful it was, how kind of fairy tale it was. Um, I was out on a trip completely alone. I didn't bring anyone with me, and I decided to walk through this long walk, and it's beautiful. Now, as you just get to see the beauty of this garden, um, which by the way is completely open for um, any people staying there. You can have lunch there. I had definitely had my little lobster bun there. It was a really nice place to sit and hang out throughout the days if you didn't want to stay in your room. So being at the guild school for the first time was pretty incredible. I've been to several miniature events. If you've seen some of my social media, you've seen some other events that I've been to and some vending that I've done, some week-long workshops that I've gone to and things like that. This is absolutely by far the most incredibly organized and just well thought out. Everything was pretty awesome. I felt very welcomed by most people, and the new people that I met who were all wearing their first year badges, they were all incredible people too. Um, I had incredible instructors. I took a class on making a typewriter and another class on making small woodworking tools, and you'll see those in another video because I took so much video on this trip that this video is all about the Castine Inn and just the first day arrival and some of the cute little shops that are around the area. The next video you'll be able to see a little bit more about what was happening in the classrooms. And then maybe I will also make a video that is kind of a synopsis of everything, but we'll see if I can do that. Right now, if I'm speaking a little bit slowly, I apologize. I had surgery a few days ago and I didn't realize that I was still going to be out of breath and a little tired. So I hope that is not too noticeable, at least as much as I feel it happening right now. Um, Here I am back at the Castine Inn, and I wish I could show you every inch of this place. The decorations are beautiful, the antiques are stunning, and there are things that I have always wanted to see in person that I've never seen in any antique store before, which was already a treat on day one. And you'll see up close there are those monkey sconces that are on the wall. I've always wanted to see those in real life, and I've never seen them. Just look at this beautiful furniture. With a marble top, beautiful cabinetry, keyholes, and look at the carving on top. It's beautiful. And then in the breakfast room, where, by the way, they give you like the most amazing breakfast every morning, um, I found these walls and I thought they were so beautiful. I didn't realize until later that they were buildings that were on the same block. And I never could really decide what I wanted to do in my dollhouses. I always wanted to try to make my own like gothic, creepy, um, damask wallpaper, but I think now, after seeing this room, I definitely want to do something like that. This is just the lounging area. I hung out there for a little while, taking some notes by myself, and then this cute, tiny little couple came in the front door with like 20 separate duffel bags and gift bags, and I helped them take it all up to their room. And it was so cute because I was like, why don't you guys put everything in one bag? And they said, well, we need a bunch of small bags so that we can carry each bag. And it really, that's crazy that right now, today, after having surgery, I understand exactly what they mean. But I got all their bags to their room for them, and they returned the favor by giving me a ride a couple times in some pretty heavy rain. So I just loved the ambiance of these hallways, and I do love some moody and dark photography, but look how gorgeous it is outside, even on that rainy day. So there's the nice porch that everyone dreams about. sitting outside on your porch and watching everything that's happening outside. So, at Guild School, on the first day, you are kind of just checking in and you're meeting up with everybody, finding out who's new and grabbing some things that you need. This is some of the scenery walking from Castine Inn to the school. This cute little museum was there. I hope it's still there this year because I plan on taking some artwork specifically for that. I never took anything out of it because I didn't have anything that I could leave, and I never quite found the time to make something because I was too busy having fun.
I could walk around here all day just because the houses are so pretty. It's like everything has detail. And look how pretty this church is. This is like the perfect place to have a miniature artist getaway. Like whoever figured this out is incredible because everything here is inspiring. I've already met a lot of really nice people. I met Lynette, who is the ceramics teacher. I met some artists. I already bought a piece of art from an artist here who has a shop. It's incredible. I'll show you some of it later because there's like a really special story behind it. But right now, I just want to enjoy this little walk. But can you imagine the inside of these houses? How beautiful they must be. Like if they actually decorate and everything, like according to the style, I can't handle it. It's so beautiful. I would drop everything to live somewhere like this. This is actually what I've always imagined, like walking through a neighborhood like this. And I love my house, don't get me wrong, but the beauty is just incredible. Even the older houses that are not perfect are still so beautiful. Check it out, this house has been literally transplanted. That is so cool. I swear, if I could just find the house that I want and say, yeah, pick it up and put it where I want it, that's like a dream come true. Wow.
I'm trying to leave in some of the original audio when I was talking because I want you to hear really what I was thinking at the time instead of what I'm thinking now. So you get to the guild school. They take everybody in a big group and take you on a tour of the campus because there are several buildings that you'll be kind of frequenting throughout the time that you're there, and they want you to know where everything is, and they did a really good job of that because I walked everywhere and at no point did I feel like, oh no, I'm lost and I don't know how fast I'm going to be able to get to the next place. But you should know you definitely need some comfortable shoes because if you are walking from Castine Inn, even though it's a very short walk, you are not on easy terrain. So it's not like there was a day that I was wearing some shoes that I shouldn't have been wearing. I'll just leave it at that. So this is originally a maritime school academy. I think that's what it's called. So there are a lot of miniature models around and they're beautiful, and it's a really nice way to get started on thinking about miniatures while you're there.
always try to go to a cemetery anytime I go on a trip anywhere. And I think this might actually be the closest I come to that on this trip because I didn't rent a car. But the students of this school obviously have a very strong connection for them to have pots brought in after their death. So I thought it would be nice to commemorate a little bit. It's just the most beautiful scenery, even in the rain.
This book just happened to be out on a table somewhere, and I was flipping through it because I was hoping it was for sale or something. Um, I had never seen this book before, but it inspired me to find it. I found it on eBay for a pretty good deal because usually now that I'm finding them, they're over $150. So if you have never seen this book before, I guarantee you want it. I turned it into the office, and I think it was part of their book sale. But anyway, I missed out on being able to just leave a donation to take a book, and I ended up buying that after the fact. These are a couple of shops that I went to down the street from Castine Inn, a cool kind of record store at the top, and then I went into this art gallery. It's B Gallery, and my daughter's name means wolf, and that's always been something special for us. So I had to get one of her art pieces. They are sculpted and then bronze. I think that's bronze. I really love that one with the mom holding the little girl, but ultimately I got her this one so that it could be a standalone piece for her and have meaning for her the way she wants it. So, walking around in this beautiful green neighborhood just made me super happy because I'm from California. I really love trees and mountains and the beach and the fact that everything was around me. And now I live in New Mexico, so being around all these trees and greenery is just pretty special for me now. So after after you get all checked in and you've picked up whatever packages you might have had shipped in for you, and you're definitely enrolled in your classes, you can check out the school shop, and they have a bunch of supplies in case you, of course, forgot something, or in case you couldn't bring something sharp on the plane, that kind of thing. So there are a lot of resources there for you. And after that, you're able to go into this showroom to see everything that is going to be offered in the school in different classes that year. They even have sneak peeks of the following year. So this is a really quick once over of the show table where all of the items were that were in classes that year for 2025. It's really beautiful to look at. It's also really hard to look at because you're looking at all the things that you knew were on your wish list, but ultimately it's just amazing to be able to see everything. I had definitely a few things on my wish list that I still hope that I get the chance to take a workshop with because they're not things that I would be able to recreate on my own, I think. But it's pretty nice to see what everybody's going to be working on that week. It gives you something to talk about when you're meeting someone new in the lunchroom, which starts to feel a little bit similar to when you were in high school and you couldn't find anyone to sit with. So hopefully this sparks conversation and you meet some people who are really welcoming, and having that green name tag is a little helpful. I'm kind of scared to go back this year without it, to be honest with you. This table was incredibly astonishing to me. I just love tapestry, fabrics, any kind of needlework. Um, I know how to do it. I'm not amazing at it. I've done, the things that you grow up learning just for fun, but this was just absolutely incredible to me. So I spent a lot of time at that table, and the small paintings. I mean, painting in any size is incredible to me. So yeah, and I love woodwork. So I'm super excited that this year in 2026 I will be taking a wood turning class, and I'm extra excited because I was able to purchase a lathe from Pete and Pam Borum, who taught my woodworking tools class, and I was lucky enough to purchase the last lathe that they were ever going to assemble and sell. So I got really lucky. Look how beautiful that is. So I am super excited to learn how to properly use that lathe and how to make a full item from beginning to end. These, I believe, are items that are going to be made in 2026. I remember signing up for that shaving set, and I think I also signed up for that chair. I signed up for a few different classes that I didn't get into, but I'm extremely excited about the classes that I did get into, so no problem. Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh, that little dog bed is just exquisite, right? So looking at all of these little videos after the fact, I was super excited to be there. It was day one. I walked around by myself. Not many people talked to me. Um, I've been told that I look a little intimidating. Yeah, I guess that's probably true, but I'm one of the nicest people that you'll ever meet, and I'm here for the same love of miniatures as you are. And I love this beautiful little jacket just as much as I love kind of the creepy stuff that I like to make. So, um, anyway, we're all here for the same thing. I think this was the first time I decided that I needed scale in the video. So, all in all, arriving was super exciting. It felt pretty incredible to walk through that little neighborhood and be in my cute little room by myself, um, because I just felt like I was on this like journey by myself, and it was kind of lonely for a second, but it was actually really beautiful. And I made some good friends while I was there, and I really enjoyed myself. So if you are on the fence about attending a workshop like this, even about anything, it doesn't even have to be about miniatures, but if you're thinking about doing like a week-long trip, or anything is holding you back, don't let it. Get on the plane. It's pretty difficult to make a mistake now. You're gonna be on the right plane. You're gonna land in the right place. And you know what? I got off the plane. I hopped on the what is it called? There's like a carpool that the school sets up for you. They picked us all up right on time, and we drove through some crazy rain and some windy roads that I wouldn't have driven on really comfortably by myself. But we got picked up and it was all good. Lots of friendly people on the ride, and we all made it safely to our places. We even had someone who was um, having trouble getting into the house that they rented, and the driver, all of us, we all just stayed there and kind of waited and helped out, and nobody freaked out about it. So it was really nice for her to have that support, and it was nice for us to know that, hey, if we were stuck, everyone would be there for us. So um, this makes me really excited because I am taking an oil painting class this year. So I can't wait to have something like that at the end of this week's, next month's week in Castine. So yeah, I really wanted to take that saddle making class too. Oh my gosh, look at those little gloves. Incredible. So now I'm kind of just rambling on about nothing. I'm not really sure what to specifically mention, but those are the woodworking tools that I made. Well, those are the sample of what was going to be made in the class. Um, I was really excited about that rifle too. Oh my gosh, and I don't think I got a good close up of it, but it's beautiful. And the leather work on that saddle, incredible. So this is just day one. You already had like this wonderful welcoming. You already had a great breakfast at the Castine Inn. You already walked around some beautiful neighborhoods with estates that make you want to build another dollhouse. And then you get to see this whole exhibit, and every piece is beautiful. So, if you thought that that was already a little bit miniature overload, that is barely touching the iceberg and barely the beginning of what this week is going to be like. Um, because you're going to not only see all these beautiful pieces, but you're going to meet some of the amazing people who made them real, who created them from scratch. And that's something that I will always take away from guild school. It's the fact that I've always wanted to make some certain things, and I've been putting some cool things together, and I've sold them, and they've been great, and I've had successful shows. But now I have real skills like being able to use a jeweler's saw properly, soldering, um, cutting metal properly. Like all of these skills that I have now that I didn't have before that will help me to be able to make the things that I want to make from scratch instead of kind of putting other pieces together, which was really fun for a while, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I enjoyed it. But it's so fun to kind of go that next level and be able to say, yeah, not only did I have this concept, but I created every piece that put it together. And that is really what you get out of guild school. It's not just about which class you got in or if if it was the item that you wished for, because really, if you just kind of think about what skills am I learning in this class, maybe let's take these pots for example because they're on the screen. Maybe you don't even want a kitchen and you're like, well, what am I going to do with these pots? Well, you're going to learn how to make anything else you would want to make out of metal, which is so awesome because these instructors are giving you years of experience, years of don't make this mistake 40 times in a row. Let me teach you not to right now. You're getting all of those years of the tips and tricks of, hey, this is how you can get that shape. This is how you can maneuver that. And this is how you can kind of, these are the steps you should take. Like, who knew that you had to heat the metal and put it in cold water before you can work on it? I cannot remember what that's called, but I never would have known. Oh, annealing. I never would have known that. And could I watch a YouTube video? Yeah. And then go down a whole different rabbit hole? No, thank you. Please keep me keep me organized and keep me in line to where everything that I'm doing is making a new miniature. So that's really what I think the value is of guild school, besides being able to see all of this awesome stuff and being able to meet everybody who is responsible for making it. I think this little dollhouse was one of my favorite things that I saw on this particular table. I don't know if these are award winners or um, chosen artists to um, donate something. I'm honestly not sure, but this was one of my favorite pieces on that whole table. And you can probably tell because of how much time I stayed there. I, I wish I had found out if I could buy that piece somehow, but I don't think I looked into it afterwards. And yeah, I definitely recommend you go check it out. And maybe this year will be your year. And if this year is your year, please arrive strong. Don't be nervous. Come find me. My name is Cindy. I'm of Penny Sized Dreadfuls. People always end up calling me Penny because that's how they know me. And I just want you to know that you are welcomed and you don't have to have a certain style. You can be there. You're allowed to be there. Come have fun.